It is Tuesday and it's day 3 of the video blog. Today, what am I doing today? So I'm about to go do a workout shortly, and then afterwards I'm going to pop into town to try and find a selfie stick. It's the most ridiculous thing, right? The other day, Sunday, I went into 3 different shops to try and get a selfie stick, and like only one of them had a single selfie stick. They're just sold out of selfie sticks. And I'm thinking, if everybody's buying selfie sticks, surely there should be more people walking around with selfie sticks, but I haven't seen anyone, and it's really weird. So there's like this bizarre selfie stick shortage at the moment, and now I've just said selfie stick so many times that it's losing meaning, so I'm going to stop saying it. But that's what I'm planning on doing, so that I don't have to keep holding this camera up in front of my face, which is what I'm doing at the moment, and my arm gets tired. I know, first world problems. Anyway, I'm going to go get a selfie stick, so I'll see you in a bit. Just finished my workout, so I'm going to get my selfie stick. I'm going to start calling it a monopod, just so I stop saying selfie stick. Damn it, said it again. Anyway, so done that, I'm going to get one. I should note that I said earlier that there was one in the shop, and I did buy that one, but it broke, which is just as well because it was this really horrible fluorescent pink colour, which really didn't suit me anyway, so must be meant to be. And hopefully I'm going to get one in my colour. So, off to the shop. My mission to get a selfie stick was unsuccessful. There are still no selfie sticks in Caterham. The selfie stick crisis continues. So I am home and I'm about to settle in for some lunch and do some studying. Unfortunately, we have no internet today, and I was going to this afternoon be working on a new project which I'm really excited about. But can't do that today, so come back to that tomorrow. So I'm going to do some other work instead and do some studying, which is time well spent. It's raining outside, and part of me wanted to use that excuse not to use the camera and not to do that video blog. So those excuses are still coming up, though there are less of them. And it gave me an idea of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, which is basically building new habits and being consistent with things. So I'm going to come back in a bit after I've done some studying and talk to you guys about that. So see you in a bit. Studying for the afternoon is done. It's starting to get dark outside and I've got to take the dog out, so I'm going to take him out, and then I'm going to sit down and chat to you guys about habits and being consistent. So catch you in a bit. Dog walk. About it. It really upsets me when it's windy. My hair gets messed up. Goodbye, hood. Goodbye. Okay, so I promised you guys that we would talk habits and consistency after the dog walk, so here we go. There are 3 things which are really important if you want to make a habit into a regular thing that you're going to do, which is essentially what a habit is, right? So a habit is something that we don't really have to think about doing, we just do it. And in order for us to do that, there's a few things that we need to make sure that the brain is getting in order for it to do that. I'm going to talk you through what those things are because I'm nice like that. So here we go. The first thing is this. So what do I mean by attention? Attention essentially means that we're going to pay attention to something. So we're going to focus on consciously thinking about it. Using the example of the video blog, at the moment it's a process where I'm having to think about doing it, and I'm paying a lot of attention to the fact that I'm looking for things to film, opportunities to use situations in my day in order to make the video blog. So I'm paying a lot of attention to what I'm doing right now. Next letter, I. I is for now, intention is probably one of the more important steps, to be honest, because a lot of the time people's experience of new habits is that they do really, really well for a little while, but that they lose their focus and they lose their motivation and consistency with it. Until our brain has intention, it actually doesn't, it's not that it doesn't, but it finds it difficult to take up that new habit because it's not got an emotional investment and a reason behind doing it. So although we've drawn attention to it, we haven't necessarily given it any intention and told the brain why it should pay attention to this thing and why it should think about taking it up as a new habit. My intention for making the blog, I was talking about yesterday in fact, and those are my 3 reasons. So 1 was getting out of my comfort zone, 2 was to be more creative and have more fun, and the 3rd was to show up every day without fail, no matter what, doing it through a video blog. And the next thing that we need is R. So R is for put quite simply, it's literally doing the steps over and over again until the brain decides to take it up as a new habit. And what's cool about repetition is that it ties in really closely with intention, and the more intention that we have around something, the less repetition we're actually going to need in order to get that new habit to stick. So that's really, really cool, right? So it actually only takes about 3 repetitions of doing something in order for the brain to take that up as a new habit. The problem is that we have a lot of existing patterns that are already playing in the background, and so we have to override those patterns, and the way to do that is by getting air. Hopefully that makes things a little bit clearer for you in terms of what you guys need to do in order to create a new habit and a new pattern. And using the video blog as an example, hopefully you can see how I'm intending to take this into something that I just do on automatic and something that I feel very, very comfortable doing. But firstly, I need to pay attention to it, I need to have that intention behind it, and then I just need to do it over and over and over, and eventually it will stick. So that's how it works. I think one last thing that's really, really important to note is that the video blog is always going to be something that I'm going to have to think about, and that's part of it being a creative process. And it's not going to be something where, when I'm talking about it becoming a habit, I'm talking about it really feeling comfortable for me to do it. And I'm not really talking about it becoming something that I could do in my sleep, because God, that would be a fucking terrible video blog. Especially if I was filming myself sleeping. I don't even want to know what I'm getting up to when I'm making a video blog in my sleep. Okay, scrap that idea completely. But yeah, basically I'm trying to say that it's going to become something that feels more and more comfortable and feels very, very natural and like it's a regular part of my day, as opposed to being a complete ball ache, which at the moment is kind of a pain, you know? It's not easy to have to think about what you're going to shoot and when you're going to shoot it and when you have time to do this and when you're going to edit, etc. It's not an easy process. So what I'm hoping is that it will become easier and it will become more comfortable, but I'm not talking about it being something that I could do in my sleep.